Hello and welcome everyone to the Future CADETS Academy. And I hope you all had a good day, a wonderful examination today. So the wait of months has finally been over, and I'm sure you all have did really well in your respective examinations and enjoyed your preparation. The time is to relax now, but still there must be some hustle and bustle in your head about what could be the answers, how we did. And so for all that, we are here with the answer key solutions. In this particular session, we're going to discuss the answers for it. This is the set D for RMS 2026 examination or 2025 examination for the next session, and we are going to discuss certain sections. And for a detailed solution, you may refer our Telegram channel. The link for home will be provided in the description, so you can join the channel, and we will upload a detailed answer key very soon there, so you can check more of it from there. Here in this, as we know, we have two sections, part 1 and part 2. In part 1, we're gonna discuss English and social science. So basically 80 questions, your 80 marks. And in part 2, we are going to discuss the science section, which will be discussed in another video. For this, we are going to discuss part 1. So let's start and let's see that how you did, what are the answers, and what you got right, what you got wrong. So yeah, let's start. For question number 1, the section 1 is English, the part 1, section 1 is English, and question number 1 reads about which of the following is the interrogative form of the affirmative sentence. So it's a quite easy concept, you all know, and the answer will be A. Can she solve this puzzle? Because it's simply the verb will go here and we'll get the answer for this. For question number 2, it asks about the article used correctly. Now in all these sentences, in C you can spot that this reads like European, and U here is a consonant sound. So A here is the correct usage, and thereby C is the answer for this. Now coming to question number 3. Convert to indirect speech. Now this is classic narration, and the answer is quite easy. It's a very simple question. He said I'm tired. He said that he was tired. So B is the answer for this. For question number 3, it's about the correctly spelled word, and it tests your vocabulary here. So the correct spelling is here connoisseur. Connoisseur stands for, what does it stand for? You all will tell me in the comment section. Let's check your vocabulary here. Okay, so question number 5. Select the interrogative sentence in WH form. Now it's quite an easy spot, and it is C. The WH word is Y. Question number 6 is about identifying the proper noun. And we all know what is the proper noun, and here it is Mount Everest. So C is the answer. Question number 7. Now moving to our next question, question number 7, which asks about a sentence which maintains parallelism. Now parallelism, what is it? That you should continue with the similar kind of verbs, like the verb should be in series, okay, when two sentences are connected. That is parallelism, and it is a rule that we apply in conjunctions. So firstly we need to spot a conjunction, which is and here, and for this, reading, listening, like two verbs should have the same position, and hence C is the answer for this question. Question number 8 is about pronoun, and since Ria and I went to the market, so it's a plural, and hence we should be the appropriate pronoun here. Question number 9 is about phrase or clause. So what is it? After finishing his homework, he went out to play. Now here in this particular sentence, before identifying, we must know the basic difference between a phrase and clause. And what's the basic difference between a phrase and clause is that a clause, even though it's an incomplete sentence, an incomplete group of words, it will always have a subject and a verb. So let's see the sentence. It has a verb, yes, but does it has a subject? No, this is not a subject, right? So it lacks the components of a clause. So it cannot be a clause, hence it is eliminated. It cannot be both, it cannot be neither, hence it's a phrase, which is an incomplete group of words which lacks meaning. So after finishing this homework, but what else? If we read just this portion, we don't know what else, and hence it is an incomplete sentence, hence it is a phrase. So I hope you're getting the concept. Now let's move to the next question. It is about choosing the correct word to complete the sentence. Now please dash him to reach the station. This sentence is lacking a verb, and for a verb we will use advise. Remember, advice is incorrect since it's a noun. Okay, and here we need to have some action. Advice. So A is the correct answer. Now moving to question number 11. Here in this question we have to follow the inversion. Now what is inversion? That usually when a sentence starts, we started from a noun, but here the verb comes forward and the noun steps back. So with that logic, B would be the correct answer. Have people, not people have. This will be incorrect. Now coming to question number 12. So which pair of words correctly shows the singular and plural form? Quite easy. A very basic question, right? Question 13 says about burning the midnight oil. So it's an idiom. And you all have burnt the midnight oil. You have studied hard. So D is the answer for this. Question number 14 is to hit the nail on the head. What does it mean? To get something right. Okay. So to describe exactly what is causing a situation or problem. So to get the right point. So this is to hit the nail on head. Question number 15 is about choosing the interjection, and you must choose it according to the situation. So I just found out your friend won a national award. So it's a happy situation and you must say wow, since it's a national award, right? Question number 16. It says I dash go to market yesterday. It's a yesterday event, so a verb from the past. It's went. Quite easy. And question number 17. So here it is about error in gender usage. So the line is protected his cubs fiercely. Okay. And what you need to identify is an error. So let's spot. Here, Linus is female and she must be protected her cubs, not his cubs. So her is there and hence this is the sentence with an error. So this will be our answer. Question number 18 is about changing into active voice. You must know the rules. If not, you can refer to the detailed answer key which we will share further. You may spot the rule from there. And for those who know, they already know that the answer will be B for this. The homework was completed by the students yesterday. So the students completed the homework yesterday. Question number 19 asks about the use of correct determiner. What are determiners? Explain me in the comment. Let's check each other's knowledge at the same time, right? And for those who know what is a determiner, it's easy to identify that it is many. I have read many books. Okay, many is used for countables, and you can count the number of books one can read or you can read. Just tell me how many books have you read other than your course books by now. It would be interesting to have some good book recommendations. Okay, moving to the next question. It's about a masculine noun here and you need to get a feminine form of it. So quite obvious, here is. Question 21. Rita and I are going to the park. Would you like to come with us? Then 22nd. You're coming to the party. It's a question on the usage of question tag. And there's a simple logic that an question mark is always opposite, right? So if it's an affirmative sentence, you will have a negative question tag. If it's a negative sentence, you will have an affirmative question tag. So it's always the vice versa. Since it's an affirmative sentence, you will have a negative question tag. So these two could be the one. And again, in this context, since it is having you, it's a present tense, so this will be the appropriate answer for this. So this is how you eliminate. This is how you check your questions, right? It's all about eliminating the options and then getting the right one. This is how you apply your brains and concepts in examination hall. For more such things, tips and tricks, you can stay active with our YouTube channel, stay tuned, and you can check out more details of it. Okay, let's move to next question, that is 23rd, and it asks about correct passive form of it. Now again, by the gist of rules we know, D would be the answer. We can discuss in detail, and if you want that we should come up with a video, you can tell us in the comment. We will make a video for it further, or you can simply check out the answer key that we have curated. Now it's about the pair of correlative conjunctions. I'm very sure that you all must know about the correlative conjunctions, and here it is not only but also. For 25th, it is about preposition. Let's spot the correct preposition here, and it is for. She has been waiting for, right? Waiting for you for more than an hour. It was quite a good question. Many people may have thought that for is repeated, so may not be that the answer, but it is. For is the answer here. Okay, question number 26. It is about, again, passive voice, quite an important concept, especially for your RMS examination. So here the answer will be A. The rule should be followed by everyone. Everyone should follow the rules. A will be the correct answer for this. Question number 27 is about the scientist made a dash discovery. So whenever a discovery is made, it is something huge, right? So it is a significant discovery. It will be the appropriate word here. For question number 28, it's about obsolete, and you have to choose the closest word. So it is outdated. Obsolete means outdated, something that is no more in use or is out of fashion. So that is called obsolete. Okay, next question, question 29, is about completing the sentence. So how will you complete it? Using an appropriate verb, and it will be had studied in this case. Why had studied is the answer. You all can tell me in the comments below that why D is the correct answer for this question. For question number 30, it is about, again, spotting an error, and for this question, have is an erroneous point. In 31, the answer is C. Hardly had to finish the speaking, and you must identify its functioning as. So here's the explanation. Question number 32. Choose the correct verb to complete the sentence. So yes, again, verb. So it's all about tenses, voice, narration. You all can see these are the important portions in your examination, which are the themes repeating again and again. So for all those who are watching it for next year, you must note down the important topics for your English paper. Okay, let's move to question number 33rd, which is 4 sentences, and you have to rearrange the jumble order. So as far as the order goes, the answer could be D. We expect this is the right order. For question number 34, it's about a reflexive pronoun. We all know that pronouns having self in them are reflexive, and hence, quite obvious, A is the answer here. For question number 35 is about identifying the incorrect use of a modal verb. We all know what are the modals. It's also about using, it's about incorrect, right? Modal which is incorrectly used, and which is may. May should not be used here, right? And why not? Again, you're gonna tell me why. And if you think that something else could be the answer, you can tell also. With reason, of course. Now, question number 36 is about identifying the type of sentence. Now, the sentence itself is telling that who am I, and it is an exclamatory sentence. Question number 37 is about choose the correctly ordered sentence. So, B has the correct order here. The boy ran quickly to school. 38th, the correct order of direct speech version. So you must know whether there is an indirect speech, and you have to identify the direct speech version of it. So you have to do a reverse thinking here, and through that you will get that A is the correct option here. He asked her, have you finished your homework? Now moving to the next question, further, question number 39th, which reads, choose the correctly ordered sentence again. So you need to read each of them and to find out which has the correct order, and by that you will find out that A has the correct order. For question number 40, identify the correctly used adjective in the sentence. Now we all know what are adjectives. It's something that qualifies a noun or a pronoun, and here in this sentence, solution, more effective is the answer. So effective is our adjective here in this sentence. Why others are not the option? Or you can simply eliminate it. For question number 41, it starts from change to reported speech. Again, important concept of narration applies here. Now you may mistaken in these two options, right? But you must know that tomorrow is not used in the indirect form. The next day is used, and hence A is the correct option. So kudos to those who got it right. And with this, we move to the next question, which is question number 42nd, which asks about phrase or clause. Now you must remember, I told you the difference between a phrase or clause. So here we have a twist that this is a clause. The previous one was phrase. And why so? Why this is a clause? Because we have both pronoun, which is a subject, and was, which is a verb. So the condition for clause hence is satisfied. Okay. Now let's check the 43rd question, which is about completing the sentence. And we have this question about the concepts on adjective. Now you can simply say the is here, and the is used with superlative degree, so B is the answer. Now question number 44 asks about an antonym of ostentatious. What is ostentatious? It stands for something that is showy, extravagant. Okay, so whenever you show off. So for that, the opposite, the antonym is modest. When you don't pretend things, you keep it the way they are. So B will be the correct answer for this. Question number 45. It asks about the correct form of verb. It is there. Now, you can simply see that Rita and her friends. It's a plural one, and hence R will be the correct option, means D is your answer. Now I will come to this passage. You must read this, and here we'll get the answers about them. So let's move and check on question number 46. You read it yourself. I'm just giving you the solutions. For this, B is the answer. 46th for 46th. For 47, again B is the answer here. For 48th, C is the answer. Quite easy, right? You can simply read the passage and get the answers directly from it. For 49, D is the answer, and for 50, B is the answer. So I hope you get it all correct. And with this, we are done for English, 50 questions as promised. And this is how we came to end of this section. For Hindi, you can check the detailed answer key, or we can discuss it in a separate video. Now we'll move to section 3 of this part 1, which is the social science section. So whichever set you have, find out your section. We are discussing set D, and we will jump directly to question number 71. A quite shorter one to have. So we'll not discuss concepts much here in much detail. We will simply see what are the correct options. So let's start. Prevention of soil erosion. We all know terracing on slopes is the answer. The minimum age to contest elections for the Rajya Sabha. Remember, we have different age factors for Lok Sabha, for legislative assemblies, and for Rajya Sabha. So the answer for Rajya Sabha is, it is 30 years, not 25. The 25 years age factor is for, you're gonna tell me. Okay, question number 73 is about the article which abolishes untouchability. Which article of the Indian Constitution abolishes untouchability? Interesting and important one. And for this, the answer is, it is Article 17, which explicitly reads to abolish untouchability in any of its forms, okay, and forbids its practice and declares its practice as an offense, punishable offense by law. So it's Article 17, not Article 21. This is Article right to life. This is not for untouchability. Okay, moving further. Question number 74 is about permanent settlement introduced by the British in Bengal was implemented in. So British came in Bengal and they introduced the concept of permanent settlement in 1793 when Governor General Lord Cornwallis came to India, right? So a classic history question. And he introduced this concept to us, making zamindars and hereditary landowners responsible for paying a fixed land revenue. So that's when it was started in Bengal in 1793. Okay, for next question, it is about the power resource, which can be a power resource for us. Can desert, can soil or iron ore could be? No. Solar radiations could be a source of energy. We all know sun is the ultimate source of energy. Now it's about renewable source of energy. It's solar energy, right? 77th one. I'll ask about who holds the executive power at the state level. It's about the executive powers. So what is the executive? The one which execute the laws made. And the executive head of a state is, it is vested in the hands of governor. But in practice, governor is just a nominal head. The real power though is vested in the hands of chief minister and council of ministers. But here, for the solution, the answer will go to B, governor. Okay, for next question, it is about the universal adult franchise. And what does it mean? That every adult, regardless of gender, caste or religion, has the right to vote. So it is basically about right to vote, and hence B is the correct answer for this. For question number 79 is about not. Remember this not. Feature of democratic government. Now, a monarch can never be a sign of democracy since we don't have any in India, and hence D will be the right answer for this wrong statement here. Okay, move further. Question number 80 is about interpreting the Constitution of India, and it is our Honorable Supreme Court. Question number 81, it's about sustainable development. When you will do a sustainable development, we will have a balance of resource exploitation, conservation, and regenerating them. So the way you consume, you must replenish it in the same way, and hence A is the answer. For question number 82, it is about directly supports life, human life and activity, the layer of Earth. And this is a layer where all these three meet and make the biosphere. Bio itself is life. Bio means life, and hence it is a sphere that supports life and human activity. Question number 83 about institutions that monitors elections in India, and it is none other than the Election Commission of India. The option is D. Question number 84, biotic resource. Now biotic resource is what? Which is a living resource. Now wind is not living, coal is not living, water is not living, forests are, hence A is the answer. For 85, it lacks the technology to pump water that groundwater is an example of. Okay, so the vast groundwater, since it's not in use, it is stocked, and hence it is a stock resource. Question number 86. We are at the end of it. So yeah, you are done more than half. So the term Shrenis in early India referred to. Shrenis. Shreni means order, right? And this is for guilds of craftspeople and merchants. A king cannot be called that, temples cannot be called that, soldiers cannot be called that, right? It will be used for guilds of craftspeople and merchants. Okay, moving to further question 87. And Rig Ved, it's the language of Rig Ved, Sanskrit. All ancient texts are in Sanskrit or in Pali. So here we have a Sanskrit, Pali, Tamil all are ancient, but Rig Ved particularly is in Sanskrit. Question number 88 is about the human activity which contributes most directly to depletion of groundwater. You're not adding to it, you are depleting it, and that is the overuse in agriculture or excessive extraction. Question number 89. Now it is about the rights which prohibits forced labor or bonded labor. Now this is about exploitation. We must not exploit any of it, right? So the correct answer would be C, the right against exploitation. Quite easy, quite visible in your answers. Now comes the name of Mauryan emperor, who was a Mauryan king who embraced Buddhism after the Kalinga War. Everyone knows Ashoka the Great was the king. The Bhakti saint who composed the collection known as Tiruvaimoli. Tiruvaimoli, to all those who know, was composed by Alvar Nammalvar. It was his composition. Okay, we missed question number 91. Okay, let's see. Which of the following is not a criterion for a substance to become a resource? Not a criterion. So quantity. No matter how much quantity you have, if it's not usable, it cannot be a resource, right? It depends on utility. The most important factor for a resource is utility. So in order to be a resource, numbers never matters. Quality matters. Okay. Question number 93, again, here comes the Santhal rebellion, and we have the Santhal warrior with us. Who was he? The rebellion was led by Sidhu and Kana Murmu. These were brothers, and these were the leaders of the Santhal rebellion. Tell me in the comments which was the location where Santhal rebellion took place. Okay, moving to the next question, which is question number 94. What is the main reason that resources are distributed unequally over the earth? What do you think? Physical factors, climate, rain, soil, etc. Right? If it could be uniform topography, there would be no unequal distribution. So obviously that could not be the answer. Question number 95 talks about the directive principle of state policy. We dearly say them DPSPs, and they talk about promotion of education and economic interest of weaker section. So it is one of the DPSPs mentioned. The classic polity question. Okay, moving to the next question, 96, from our history textbook, and it talks about the Mughal emperor who commissioned the construction of a Red Fort in Delhi. Who started it? So it was actually Shah Jahan, who designed and constructed the Red Fort. Question number 97 is about a king who introduced Taka in Delhi Sultanate. And the answer is no, it's not Qutbuddin Aibak. It was Sultan Iltutmish who introduced Tanka in the Delhi Sultanate. And what was Tanka? It was actually a silver currency. It was made up of silver. So it was a silver currency which was introduced in Delhi Sultanate in the late 13th century. Okay. Last two questions. Question number 99 is about the Harappan sites, which is famous for its dockyard. Lothal is the site of Indus Valley civilization, which is famous for its dock. So there must be ships there, right? You can also tell me the location of Lothal. Where is Lothal situated? And it's a wonderful site to visit. Now comes the last question. Is about the sequence of a bill. So we all know these are the three elements of parliament, and our parliament consists of Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha and President, and that same is the order, hence the answer is A. So with this, we wrap this video. We have discussed section 1 and section 3 of your part 1, which was English and social science respectively, and I hope you enjoyed it. You got to know a lot of answers. For the Hindi section, you may refer to the group. You may refer to the link of group in the description, and that will make you reach our Telegram channel, where you can check out the detailed answer key, which we are going to post very, very soon. Till then, you can check these questions from here only. For maths and science, again, we will discuss it in our next video since it's a longer one. So stay tuned, and we will come up with more solutions, more detailed videos, and more updates for you all. Till then, take care. Jai Hind.